This shit my ex. No, I just put up to the job. I was just trying some days before this. Before I go in and shit. Just getting a little overtime. Keep me out of trouble. Cause when you chosen, a lot of chosen entities try to get to you. My thing is, I just wanted to hop on here real quick. There's no filter too. This is how I'm trying to tell you. When you absorb the light, you reflect the light. And they pick it up. So much shit. They definitely pick it up. Alright, so the thing about, let me put it down. Alright, so the thing about this that's going on right now, we got M flares hitting back to 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 back. Also, you have to realize 5D has been settled on the planet. Um, 2021 is when 5D was being omitted because of the 4D cycle that was going on. It sparked something at 1,440 hertz. No, yeah, 1,440 hertz, which is like a 144, dealing with this. But as the cycle went from 2017, it's been going around the 360, just like the clock or the compass, right? The 12 represents the 360 or represents the 3, right? But going back, that goes back to the 3693 cycle. So it repeats, but it goes into a higher energy. That's why the 1 is still a 2. And when that 1 and that 2 come together, left and right, it creates that trinity, which is that UV. It denotes the delta energy, the pyramid down energy. And then when it hits signal down, it signal and rises back up. It's a cycle, feel me? It's how energy works, just like a battery. Just like the DEA device, which stands for double electrode applicator, thermal hydraulic, the Death Star, right? It deals with your brain, okay? And it deals with Gaia, because D ties back to being a G2 and a C. So, anyways, let's get back on topic. So, we're in the 6th cycle, but the 6th cycle hasn't settled yet. But during the 6th cycle, it does a skip, which lines up to our year, 2023. So, if we were so called time traveling, it will match up in energy to the present. But then it's going to move past that. So, I guess that would be a Mandela effect, right? Because the energy is going to match where we at. So peep game. We're can't remember what moon we're in. I think maybe Pisces, but we're in so-called Virgo. And if you've been listening to me, I've been saying that it's June. Right? You see how the heat picked up, and you're seeing how certain zodiacs matches, but it's dealing with 6 plus energies because the 6 opened up the 7, 8, and 9, right? And that opens up the 3, 2, 1 below. But the thing is, with these M flares, it's strengthening up your magnetism. So that's going to deal with your manifestations too. So it's imperative to watch your emotions that you're tying into, because you got to remember a lot of these emotions you were taught blocks you from being you. If I mean, you have to know thyself for real, because when you're attached, it blocks the awareness of your chakras, and you got different chakras. I mean, your body is a whole temple built for awareness, because you're receiving signals and you give out signals, just like a telephone or anything else, just like the ground. That's why it's imperative to ground, because these CMEs are hitting the ground and you need to be grounding with it, especially if you're feeling weird. You need to be grounding with that. If you're feeling weird, most of the times, you need to get your minerals. But the sun is strengthening up your magnetism. So since the ozone layer is depleted, you're taking in way more energy now. When it's dealing with magnetic storms on this realm, when it's dealing with it on the ground where we at, your dad ass is dealing with you too. Like I said, you're the X in between the symbol. The triangle down, the X, and the triangle up. The triangle down is the sun, the X is you, and the triangle up is the the planet. It creates diamond energy. Feel me? The thing is, on the physical state, your cells are is subcellular division going on. So that means one cell is duplicating into three, or that three is dying out. That one cell is dying out by three, pretty much. Different ratios. Positive and negative effect for the variant. And the variant is you. And the variant deals with a voltage. The V deals with a voltage, right? That's why you need to eat electrical foods, okay? Because you're dealing with your atoms or your cells in your body and outside your body in the air is getting electrical charge. That's why they have the sub-zero to bring that V2 charge to zero. It's only a V2 because you're in the six, right? So you have your three, that's one. You have your six, that's two. That's why a micron is actually aligned with the sun when it rises. If you look at it before nighttime, where micron and rho and all that shit is right by the fucking sun, okay? And rho is actually the opening. So it's more magnetism coming in. That means your body's picking up more magnetism. So it's imperative mentally to actually watch what you say, what you do, how you move. Because we're going through a healing stage, so it's really trying to heal you physically, mentally, so you can be there spiritually. But if you're going against it, then you're definitely going to keep dealing with your karma through this same loop that happens probably every year around the same time. Feel me? I'm just saying, be careful, yo. Because this shit ain't no joke. It's going to catch you when you least expect it. So I'm saying, if you're feeling weird, it's these magnetic storms that's coming. And once it hit Libra, which stands for Omega, you feel me? And then the little O is already lined up by the sun already. It's the X energy that's going to be hitting. It's the eye weapon. Feel me? If you've been listening, you already peeped. But I can go back over it already. Shit's about to get weird. Like I said, summer hasn't even started yet. So peep September 22nd. These magnetic storms are getting stronger. And when the magnetic storm comes, remember A plus B, left to right, A plus B equals C, right? Gamma. So when you're dealing with C flares, you're dealing more with your third eye opening, because that's a gamma, right? That's a gamma flare in reality. It's a G flare. So then you get to your M's, that's bringing magnetism, because A plus B plus C equals M. So that's bringing magnetism from the X, right? Really all of them. But once that magnetism get pulled from, the ether star, then that's going to bring X flare energy. And where it's going to hit, most likely in the west, just because of the storms you've been seeing. But I know the people has awakened, has been sending out the signal to send it to our oppressors. That being said, peace, y'all have a wonderful day.